That, my friends, is the comment tree. Because in my universe, in my dimension, if you leave a comment on one of my videos, it might just show up as its own video, as is the case today. So the video that we're referring to is something I made this weekend called 43 years old, no hair loss, couldn't grow a beard until his 20s. And in that video, I further explored and helped prove my theory that men like me, who could grow a full beard at a young age, like 16 for me, I could grow a full beard, and I did grow a full beard at age 16. Therefore, if you grow a beard at a young age, you're more likely to also start balding at a younger age as well, which I'm 35. I'm grateful to have what hair I still have, but I'm not a Norwood 1 or 2. I'm a Norwood 3. So, again, the theory that I'm presenting in these interviews and will continue to present in future interviews is, if you grow a beard at a young age, then that is an indication that you will lose your hair sooner. So keep that in mind. That's what the video was about. Zinthalilos had this to say, quote, "Now you need to find an exception like me for a change. Age 31, significant hair loss, Norwood 4 to 5, depending on who makes the classification, still can't grow a full beard, and mustache didn't connect to goatee until mid-20s," end quote. So let's look at this. What he's doing is he's presenting the opposite of my theory. My theory is if you do grow a beard at a young age, then you're more likely to lose your hair. He's saying the opposite of that. He's saying that he never could grow a full beard and he still lost his hair, which isn't exactly my theory. I feel like that's the opposite of my theory. My theory is this. One of the signs that you're going to lose your hair at a younger age is that you definitely can grow a full beard at a young age. So if we were trying to disprove this theory, I feel the best way to disprove it is for me to find an interview, or you to, as a viewer, say, I'm just like you in that I grew a beard at age 16. I had a full beard when I was a teenager, and I have a full head of hair still. See, that to me would help disprove my theory. That would help disprove my theory. I need people like that who could grow a full beard as a teenager and still have a full head of hair at, at age 35 or 40 or 50 or 60. That is more interesting to me, because that to me goes against my theory more. I am here to prove that if testosterone is linked to us losing our hair at a younger age, obviously testosterone is linked to us growing beards. So if we grow beards younger, we lose hair younger. That is my theory. My theory is not what is presented in the counterpart here. But also I am grateful for this comment, because it also, I feel, helps further back up my theory. Because the opening statement is, now you need to find an exception like me for a change. So he's stating in that by saying, he's stating that he recognizes the pattern that I see. And that's what I'm getting at. I'm wanting to present a theory, a pattern for people to look at. The pattern is this: grow a beard young, lose your hair young. That's the theory. And he's noticing that it is true, because if he's the exception, then that means the norm is that grow a beard young, lose your hair young. So that, to me, backs up my theory. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it every time, that when I present a theory, it doesn't mean it's right 100% of the time. There's always exceptions to the rule. I want to be so clear about that. Right now I could say, well, it's wrong to murder, right? Murder's wrong. We shouldn't murder, right? Well, easily we'd agree that murder is bad and we shouldn't murder, right? However, what if someone breaks into your house and has a weapon and is trying to kill you, and you reach under the bed or whatever, the closet, grab a baseball bat, hit him on the head, and now you've defended yourself, you've also killed them in self-defense? Murder. I mean, it's still murder, but it's an exception to the rule that makes it okay to murder someone because, hey, they were about to kill you. That murder is now, at least by the eyes of the law, that was self-defense, you're good to go. I guess in most states, especially Texas, right? So that's what I'm here to say, is there's always going to be exceptions to the rule. But for this to be seen, if Zinthalilos is looking at himself as the exception to the rule, he's pointing out what I'm pointing out as well. And that is, there is a pattern here. And it's not being talked about on the internet enough, but it is on my YouTube channel. I have discovered this. This is one of the signs that you're going to lose your hair at a young age. Like I talked about last week, if you grow a beard at a young age, you're going to lose your hair at a younger age. That's a theory. That's one of the things. It doesn't mean it's 100%. But combine that with looking at a picture of yourself when you were 1 year old, look at your hairline then, that's a projection of what you'll look like at 35. Also, a theory that men who lose their hair at a younger age don't have much gray hair. That's another theory. Another theory is thinning is a way to actually see that you're balding, not necessarily the receding hairline. And then we also talked about your ethnicity. If you're 100% European, you're more likely to lose your hair at a younger age compared to other ethnicities. If you're 100% European, that increases your chances. Whereas, like the guys I interviewed, both of them were part Native American Indians, somewhere around an eighth to a quarter. That further backs up yet another theory. It's not just about even one of these things. It's basically what I'm doing is I'm taking 5 theories, I'm combining them to one as a way to help predict whether you're going to lose your hair. It's all based on theories, and there's absolutely exceptions to the rule, and it's not about focusing on just one. So in my videos and on my channel, that's something I want to be doing more, is exploring these 5 things so we can bring them to life to find ways to predict hair loss. I'm not here to stop hair loss. That's somebody else's channel. There's dozens of channels like that. I'm not trying to stop it. I'm just trying to help people that are younger than me predict whether they're going to lose their hair. Why? Because then you can start preparing for it mentally and accepting that. I'm Nick Shell, and I talk about hair loss from a psychological point of view.